It's a rainy day in Middlefield, Ohio, here at Cardinal High School, where on President's Day we're having the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Showcase. It's presented by Big Leaf Basketball, and then we, as always, are Ohio Varsity. I'm John Kosis alongside Steve Hare. We're going to get things underway here in just a couple of moments, beginning with the third grade boys game. We have a jam-packed schedule here at Cardinal High School today. Like I said, starting with that third grade boys game, and we'll be moving on starting here at 8:30 or at 8:15 rather. At 9:30, we'll have the fourth grade boys. At 11:15, we'll have a three-team round robin format tournament for the sixth grade boys. At 2, we'll have knockout. 2:45, the sixth grade girls will play. At 4:15, the JV girls will play, and at 6 p.m., the fifth grade boys will play. Let's start off with the rosters for this third grade boys game, which will begin momentarily, beginning with the blue team. Number 1 is Darren Douglas from Warren JFK. He stands at 4'5" and plays shooting guard. Number 3 is Evan Jones. He comes from Cardinal. He's 4'8", and he also plays shooting guard. Number 4 is Casey Likens from Warren JFK. He's 4'7" and he'll play power forward. Number 5 is Jaden Miller from Bristol. He's 4'5" and will be playing point guard. Number 6 is Joey Nagy from Grand Valley. He's 4'4.5", and he can play any position. It's funny because his favorite player is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a guy who often could shoot even though he was a big man. Number 7 is Cooper Pleasga, rather. He's from Bloomfield, 4'6", and he will be at the guard position. Number 8 is Cannon Strever from Cardinal. He's 4'2" and plays point guard. Number 9 is Mickey Strickland out of Warren JFK. He's 4'5", and he'll be the point guard. Number 10 is Carter Turk from Grand Valley, and he's 4'6". Now with the green team, again, this is the third grade boys green team. Number 1 will be Devin Bates from James A. Garfield. He's 4'6". Number 2 is Jared Cardinal, also from James A. Garfield. He's 4'4", and he'll play guard. Number 5 is Jalen Gunther out of LeBray. He's 4'6", and he'll be playing point guard. Number 6 is Colin McGranahan from James A. Garfield. He's 4'4", and he'll play point guard. Number 7 is Bruce Nelson out of Southeast. He's 4'5", and he's the power forward today. Number 8 is Carter Pecorado. He's from Southeast, and he's 4'6". He'll play center. Number 9 is Cohen Richardson. He's from Southeast, standing in at 4'7". He'll be the point guard. And finally, number 10 is Ethan Sokol. He's from Jackson Milton. He's 4'7", and he'll play point guard. Steve, we've got a jam-packed schedule here today.
That we do. This is a great event. It was our first year last year, live streaming all the games. Ton of fun. It's a long day, but certainly fun to come out. You know, we do a lot of high school coverage, so when we get to see these 4'3", 4'4" kids, it's kind of a joy. Just these kids, they play so hard. They have so much fun doing it, so it's a joy to watch, and always fun to be out here broadcasting, whether it's a youth game or a high school game. But welcome back from West Virginia. I know John's the voice of the West Virginia Charge. Power, yeah, the minor league baseball team down there. He'll be headed back down in a week or so. So glad to have him here while he's still in Ohio. But it's a great experience for you. What'd you think?
Yeah, I had a ton of fun last year. I was doing primarily video production work. I also did a pregame show that was aired in the stadium, and this next year I'll be the number 2 broadcaster for the team, so doing a lot more broadcasting work. I'm real excited to get my feet wet on the radio, so to speak, in minor league ball. They're the Pirates single-A affiliate.
Outstanding. Well, before we get started here, I think we're just moments away from the opening tip-off, but I do want to give a shout-out to Matt Jansen from Big Leaf Basketball. He's giving me some signs here. I don't know what he said, but he's coming back with something, I think a program. But Matt Jansen, this is a great event that he puts together. It is a fundraiser, and we'll talk much more about that a little bit later in the broadcast. But, you know, I just wanted to give a shout-out to Matt for what he does for youth basketball in the area. I know he's passionate about it, and it shows in all of the events that he runs, whether it's his leagues, tournaments, or this all-star showcase. So, Matt, great job. Keep it up.
And this isn't just a third grade basketball game that we're watching. These are the stars of tomorrow. These are some of the best players in Geauga County that we'll be watching. So definitely keep an eye out on some of these young people, because they'll be the stars of maybe Cardinal High School come 4 or 5 years down the road.
Right, yeah, these kids, they're not just playing against each other today. They're going to be competing against each other for the next 8, 9, 10 years of their lives as these schools play against each other. Cardinal, Grand Valley, Bristol, Windham. They'll see each other for many more years to come. So hopefully they develop that friendly rivalry with each other and like to compete against each other, and they'll do a lot of that in the future. But let's kind of tune out here and let the kids get announced, and we'll get ready to play some basketball.
Right. Today's game format will be a little bit different than you're used to if you're used to watching these younger kids. You'll have 4 12-minute quarters, but the clock will constantly run, so we won't have a clock on the stream today. However, we will keep you updated with how much time is left in each quarter. Once again, that's 4 12-minute quarters, and the clock will constantly be running once the game begins.
48 minutes of game time actually comes out to about 11 when it's all said and done, as far as the ball going out of bounds, those types of things. But plenty of game time for these kids, and it's definitely a lot of fun. A lot of fun to watch these kids. They play, like I said earlier, they play so hard, so aggressive, and they have so much fun doing it.
The energy is what's going to be really fun to watch, and it's going to be a little refreshing because sometimes you'll watch the high school kids kind of start getting more laid back. They're walking the ball up the court to slow things down. These kids are kind of like little hamsters. They'll start sprinting around in circles, and they're constantly moving without the ball. They're doing everything fundamentally correct that you're taught growing up.
They know one speed, on the court and off. It's go, go, go.
Right, I've got a brother in the 2nd or 3rd grade, and he's the same way. He plays basketball not quite at this level, but he constantly is running around real quickly, doesn't stop, and that's what these kids are like on and off the court. As you said, it'll be fun to watch them here today.
Here we go, ready for the opening tip-off of the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase. I believe the presenting sponsor is Great Lakes Growers. They sponsored the event last year. They've got their logo plastered on the front of the game program.
Evan Jones will be jumping for the blue team out of Cardinal, and he ends up winning the tip-off. And now blue will bring it up. That was Jaden Miller who passes it on the inside. A quick and easy layup for the blue team.
And just like that.
Now we've got the green team bringing the ball up. A quick pass to the inside. He's getting trapped by some suffocating defense out of Likings. Bounce pass gets it to the other block. And now it's back out to Gunther. Gunther has it at the wing beyond the three-point arc, passes it around. Shots up but blocked. A piece of that was from Casey Likens. Shots up and in. 4 quick points here in the first 45 seconds of play in the first quarter.
That means we're going to score about 48 points a quarter.
Right. Should be fun to watch in that case. A pump fake, then a shot right off the glass and in. That's Casey Likens. He had the block on one end and then brings it back with a made layup. 4-2 is the score. Driving in off the glass and rimming out is Jalen Gunther. Gunther changed teams right before the start of this one.
Trade deadline nearly passed before that deal was made.
He's basically the Nance Jr. of this third grade matchup. As the ball goes out of bounds, it will stay with the blue team. And that's Casey Likens again on the baseline. He's going to pass it out. Gets a quick bounce to Darren Douglas. Douglas loses it. Now you've got a dog pile. Is this football or basketball here for the jump ball?
Nice scrum on the floor. But that's what I like to see. There were 4 guys diving for that ball.
And Green ends up with it out of the jump ball. Look at the man defense here from the purple team. Hands up from Likens again. He's made a lot of big plays.
He's got a block, a basket, and a deflection. And we've only played 3 minutes.
Darren Douglas got a hand on that ball, and it ended up touching the baseline, so it remains green ball. Gets the outlet, but it's stolen. Let's see if he can go coast to coast. That's Nagy. Nagy stopped. He passes it back out, and the shot's a little bit flat before Nagy gets the rebound again. He's trapped at the block, stays on his pivot foot before getting it to Douglas on the inside. He can't convert. And that's rebounded by Gunther. Gunther's got a lot of speed. His shot got a hand on it from, it looked like 2 or 3 players, but Nagy ended up with it before Gunther steals it. Now he's got room to run. Nagy got in the way, and that should end up staying green ball. There's 8:50 remaining here in the first quarter. The score, 4-2. Wow, what great penetration before great hands-up defense again forces a turnover. A little bit of fun there as Turk got called for the foul, but they didn't, or got fouled, and they needed to find out who he was, so they turned him around. He misses his first free throw.
$8:15 left in the opening quarter.
Turk shoots it up and misses it. The rebound goes long, but it's kept in by Gunther, who drives in and just kisses it off the rim. Now subs are coming in. So 4 minutes go by, and the first round of substitutions come in after that initial shot of free throws.
These aren't substitutions as much as they are line changes, as in hockey where they switch all 5 at the same time. You basically have everybody on the bench coming into the game and everybody on the court hitting the bench.
You've got 2 squads, so they can get a little bit more familiar with each other as the game goes on. So this is Strever, Cannon Strever out of Cardinal bringing it up. He bounced it to Carter Turk. Ball got lost and grabbed by Green. That looked like Sokol. That is Sokol. Sokol lost it on the baseline, but ended up recovering it. He's trying to find someone. He does, but Precarato's shot was blocked, and now it's going the opposite direction. That's Douglas again. He got fouled pretty hard on that one. But as most kids do, it's like a ball of rubber. He bounces right back up, and he's ready to take his free throws.
Kids are tough and resilient. Me, I'd be down there. I'd probably be in tears. I'd need some ice when I have to sit out a little bit.
Right, and then when it really hurts is tomorrow morning.
Right. I'd have to stay home from work.
It's a whole affair at that point.
Yes, yes.
Douglas missed the first free throw. Now he's got his second opportunity from the charity stripe. Just missed it. It rims out and is rebounded by Cohen Richardson out of Southeast. Richardson's favorite player is LeBron James, but his favorite sport is baseball. It was a jump ball, and that was between Bruce Nelson and Carter Turk. Strever brings the ball back up. Strever is also a LeBron James fan. It's a little bit of aggressiveness out of these third graders. They're all clawing at the ball, and that's because they're in a lot closer proximity than the average high school game that we're watching.
Nice defensive play there as well.
Everyone's swarming the ball. They're all keeping their hands up to keep in the passing lanes. And everyone's aggressively cutting towards the basket as we see Carter Turk misses his first opportunity but gets his rebound on the opposite side. He's boxing out. Like I said right before the game, fundamentally, everything's incredible out of these third and fourth graders. When they're really young, all the fundamentals are always there. That was Sokol getting a little bit fancy before getting tangled up after dribbling between his legs. Sokol's a three-sport guy. He likes football, baseball, and soccer. He's got 2 in the fall and 1 in the spring in high school. Might have to make a decision between football and soccer unless he's the kicker on Friday night and the midfielder on Saturday is typically how that works. Passes the ball back out to Sokol. He crosses up, puts it off the glass, and in. It's the first point we've had in a while. The score's now 4-4 with 4:40 left. It's funny because they scored 6 points in the first minute of play.
Right. That now lowers the per quarter average down to about 30 instead of 90.
Right. But I think we're seeing a lot of excellent defense, and that contributes to the lack of scoring here. Just everyone's swarming the ball, not giving anyone room. A little bit different than the average NBA game. Maybe these guys are watching a lot more college. So Carter Turk now is at the line. We haven't had a made free throw yet, but this is still a long shot for this age group. As I say, Carter Turk gets nothing but net. There's 3:45 remaining, and we're going to have another round of substitutions coming in, or line changes.
And this gives us an opportunity to thank some of our sponsors, the Joggin Knights of Baseball, Smack Basketball, Coffee Corners Coffee House, Flowers by Emily, Lulu True Holistic Beauty and Wellness, Warren's Spirited Kitchen, Hi-Fi Entertainment. We'll get to some more when there's another break in the action.
Turk rimmed it out, and it got rebounded by Mickey Strickland. That's Jalen Gunther controlling the ball again. We saw a lot of speed out of him in his first opportunity on the court. It'll be interesting to see how the green team holds up. They are not able to get these full line changes in because they only have 3 players on their bench. So 2 guys are going to have to constantly be running double shifts here. And there aren't very many stoppages in play here.
Good thing they're young.
Right. That high motor we were talking about earlier will come in handy here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the third quarter and the fourth quarter when you're in that 40th minute of basketball.
A lot on the legs, but they don't have school after this today. A nice bounce pass to the free throw line, but the shot out of Cardinal didn't come up. Actually, Jared Cardinal's dad came up earlier, was talking about how Jared is called Stewart after Stuart Scott a lot at home because he thinks he's a color commentator. It's really fun to see a young kid get that into the sports broadcasting aspect.
Yeah, maybe we'll get lucky enough to have him come up and call a couple minutes of a game with you, John.
Right, that would be a blast. That shot goes up and in from Nagy. That's his first shot made.
Oh, they've got the scoreboard reversed on us. So that's why I had to make a quick correction on my scoreboard. It is 7-4 the blue team. They just have them as the visitors on the scoreboard.
That's Nagy bringing it up after he made his first shot, driving into the lane, throws it hard off the glass, and it's a little bit too hard. Now it's a long rebound to Gunther, and Gunther slows down off the glass. Can't get it to go in, though. Gunther's fun to watch. He hasn't been able to put anything in the hoop yet, but his speed and athleticism off the dribble is incredible. There's Gunther off the rebound, takes a long shot just inside the three-point arc, but can't go in. Rebound goes the way of Bates. And it'll be blue ball now. A long pass from Nagy finds the wing. And that's Miller back to Nagy, bouncing at the wing. Nagy comes in and is wrapped up from Cohen Richardson out of Southeast. That'll force a jump ball, which means it's the green team's ball with just 30 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The score, 7-4.
They're going to have to hustle to get this ball down and try and get a basket before the buzzer.
Gunther has it with 20 seconds left. He's slowing things down, eyeing up his guy. 2 picks are set at the top. He passes it to, that's Sokol, who tries to throw it up. He gets blocked, though. 3, 2, 1. The shot's up off the glass and does not go in. A valiant effort out of Carter Turk. He just wasn't able to get it in. The final score after 1 is 7-4.
Well, let's get back to some of those sponsors. Hi-Fi Entertainment, the Junior Cavs, Vinny's Authentic Italian Eatery, Troy Manufacturing, OhioVarsity.com, Lifetime Video Diaries, LLC, OhioBasketball.com, RK Painting, and Shetler Office Solutions.
Again, this is the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Showcase. There will be 4 12-minute running clock quarters in each game. We just finished our first of game 1, the third grade boys. There's a blue team and a green team. And right now the score is 4-7 in favor of the blue team.
And our leading scorer is Joey Nagy with 4 points through 1 quarter.
Nagy is out of Grand Valley. He's 4 feet, 4.5 inches tall. He plays all positions, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is his favorite player, although he prefers the Cleveland Cavaliers, not the Lakers. He also likes soccer and baseball. He's got a spring sport and a fall sport to look forward to once he gets to high school.
As I mentioned earlier, this game is a fundraiser, and the proceeds benefit the family of Benjamin William Stewart, who was born February 17th, 2006, and unfortunately passed on January 17th, 2018. We'll talk much more about him later. Last year, a little girl named Skylar was the beneficiary of this game. Unfortunately, Skylar was diagnosed in 2016 with a form of cancer called synovial sarcoma. She had the lower part of her right leg amputated, and the good news, which is on the back of the game program, is Skylar is now back and active. She played fall soccer with the team, and then she started playing basketball and was invited to play on the Ohio Panthers AAU team. So things are going very well for Skylar. She's planning to run track this spring, and she'll get one of those little leg blades that you've seen before, and that's just fantastic when you see a young girl like that, a young child, battle through an illness, and she doesn't give up the things that she loves. So Skylar, good for you. Keep going.
It's an absolutely incredible story, and it shows the perseverance out of one individual who's so strong, and Skylar Strong's the perfect hashtag that was launched last year for this program.
Right, and you see that on the back of some of the jerseys here today. But, yeah, definitely an inspiration for so many people. It's so easy to just say, oh, you know what, I don't have part of my leg, I can't do what you kids are doing, and Skylar had different ideas, so good for her.
There's so many people who get bogged down by something as simple as maybe a failed test or a clogged drain in the morning, let alone something as serious as what she's gone through. It's incredible to see what she's able to do. There's about 10 minutes and 20 seconds remaining here in the second quarter between the third grade boys, the green team, and the blue team. The blue team is still leading 7-4. And the green team has possession. That's Gunther driving in and getting fouled. He'll get 2 opportunities at the line after overshooting that shot where he was hit pretty hard in the upper body. It takes a lot of strength, especially at this level, to do that.
You will hear Gunther's name a little bit later as we're discussing some of the Big Leaf basketball MVPs, not to give away anything.
Gunther's first shot goes in, so he gives his team a little bit bigger of a lead.
No, that's
or
the
rather,
green team. Yeah,
he cuts into the lead. It's 5-7. Gunther's out of LeBray. He plays point guard, and his favorite player is Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors, his favorite team. And what a way to tie up the game. You miss your second shot, and instead someone else on your team gets the rebound and lays it in.
You've got to get that offensive rebound. I can't tell you how many high school games I've seen where teams are giving up that rebound on a free throw rather than fighting for it.
And then Gunther got done defensively there. He got the steal. That shot's up, and it goes long for Cohen Richardson. The ball will stay with Green, as I couldn't tell who it was.
Number 6, what an outstanding play. What's the name on that one?
For the blue team, it's Nagy.
For a green team.
McGranahan.
McGranahan with a great defensive play to jump out of bounds, knock that ball back off a blue player to keep possession for the green squad.
And he stole it before getting it stolen by Douglas again. And now it's stolen once again 3 times before the ball goes the length of the court. It's a long lead pass to Gunther, who hops up, showing athleticism, and puts a backward layup up. That is a shooting foul, so he'll get a couple more opportunities at the line. He's already made 1 free throw today. But what an athletic play to go behind his back and try and do a reverse layup.
That was sweet. What a great play. And you know, these kids are watching the NBA, and they come out here and they try to mimic what their NBA stars do. And you've seen Steph Curry and LeBron James do things like that. And I'm sure Mr. Gunther has as well.
Fan, yeah. Another offensive rebound that goes the way of the green team to give them 2 more points. Now they have their first lead in a long time. 9-7 is the score. There's 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining, which means it's time for another line change here at Cardinal High School.
Skates on the ice.
There's a little bit of confusion there. It looked like there were 6 men on the ice, or should I say court. Douglas will stay out there for the blue team.
Well, the blue team might need 6 players to start getting some of those rebounds because the green team is wiping the glass right now.
And part of it is they do have some of the biggest kids on the court right now. Gunther, who plays point guard, might be the tallest kid out there. But his ball handling skills make sense for him to be at that point guard position.
No question. And you said he's from LeBray?
Yes.
The rich get richer. LeBray, one of the finest Division III small school programs.
What a pump fake out of Plazia.
LeBray, as I mentioned, is always in that district championship running down there. Wow, what a shot.
That was a long shot to go in for Cardinal.
Was that Mr. Sports Center himself? There's a Sports Center highlight.
He looked as cool as the other side of the pillow there.
Little Stuart Scott reference. How about that, Jared Cardinal?
Douglas gets the steal. He has an opportunity at 2 off the glass, just a little hard. Rebound goes the way of the blue team, though, before a foul is called. Now there will be another set of substitutions here as we're nearing the 6-minute mark. 11-7 is the score. There are a couple of guys that are already shining, and I'm not saying that no one is playing poorly here, but I'm saying everyone is playing well, and there are a couple of guys who are just showing their athleticism for this age group. I believe it was Gunther who was mentioned, who plays 5th grade basketball right now. He's one of them, and another one's the young man who just took that shot, and that's Carter Turk. Turk is another 4'6" kid, a taller kid who plays point guard, and he's shown his ball handling skill and his ability to drive in to get good shots near the glass. He throws the first shot up and misses it. Again, you're not going to see very high free throw percentage numbers here out of 3rd graders. A free throw is still a long shot for someone in this age group, but Turk's now made 2 free throws today.
Yeah, it's hardly a free point at that free throw line at this age group. And
Gunther almost drilled a 3 from Steph Curry range.
Gunther trying to show his range.
Sokol tries to get it near the glass, but Gunther gets the rebound. He's back out around that 3-point mark, and now he'll drive in before kicking it. And that goes to Nelson. Looks like Gunther tied him up, but they'll keep it with the blue team. That's Turk. He swings it, but it goes off the hands of Likens and out of bounds. Likens had a very loud first couple minutes of that first quarter. He was doing everything right defensively.
Yeah, he had a basket, a block, a deflection.
Pass gets swung around and back to the point man. Gunther drives in. He has an open lane. He puts the ball up. There's a lot of contact there, no call. And gets rebounded by Plysga.
Yeah, Gunther just took that carpool lane around the traffic and just wasn't able to sink that layup.
He's doing everything right. It's just a little cold shooting right now, and that might be the results of a lot of things. Different time playing on a Monday morning. Turk got the steal there, and he's going to try and push it up the court. Pulling up from about the elbow and missing the shot was Jaden Miller. There's another pull-up shot off the glass and in, this time for Bruce Nelson out of Southeast.
Green team extends its lead 13-8 with just under 3 minutes left to play in the half.
Gunther ties up. That's Cooper Plysga again. Blue will inbound here. And who else but Likens to get it done? Bounce pass to Turk on the inside. Turk takes one dribble but gets stolen by Gunther before Likens gets his hands in there again. And
Likens and Gunther, 2 names we've said a lot today.
He's on the offensive side of the court, but that was another defensive play. Likens is a great defensive specialist. He always has active hands, but he's moving his feet to make sure he's not reaching it. Gunther, another 3. This one just long before it's rebounded by Likens once again. Turk trying to push the ball up, but Gunther gets his hands on it. There's a lot of contact there before Likens gets the ball, and now he's down.
Once again, presenting sponsor for this event is Great Lakes Growers. And we've got a whole host of other sponsors that we'll get to here at halftime.
In just a minute and 35 seconds. A full swing was needed there to get the ball to Plysga. Plysga's trapped. He bounces it into the corner. Before it's gotten to Turk on the inside, off the glass and in. What an electrifying play from the young man.
13-10 is your score, and there's Gunther driving around the lane again.
He goes just long. Now Turk is sitting with all the time in the world, and he's able to get 4 points in a matter of 40 seconds. The score 13-12. We've now gotten back to the pace of play that was there for the first couple of minutes. Gunther will slow it down, though.
45 seconds left in the half. You know, if we were in a high school game, you'd see a team try to hold the ball for this last shot. But here at this level, you've got to drive and try and score quickly because the defense isn't going to sit around and wait for you.
Exactly. It's a big block right there. Turk will end up getting it and try and push it up the court. The shot is up and long out of Nagy. Nagy was the leading scorer after 1 quarter. He wasn't able to convert again. Gunther has 17 seconds. He looks around, thinks better of the shot. It's swung around. That's Sokol. Sokol bounces it back to Gunther. There's 7 seconds, 6, 5. He throws it in from just a foot away. So at halftime, the score is 15-12.
Well, the way it started out with those 4 quick points, we figured we were going to have a shootout.
But instead, it looks as though we might have more of a defensive-minded game. It's incredible how much defense we saw, but there were also those quick outbursts. You mentioned the first 4 points getting scored before, of course, having that outbreak at the end. Turk had 4 points in a matter of 40 seconds. Gunther had 4 points in a matter of about 2 minutes. We're seeing a lot of great play here from this third grade level. Now, something else that was interesting was that running clock. You know, these kids are used to not having a running clock, but here they're having this running clock, and they've adapted very well to just constantly being on the move, having those quick substitutions.
So we've got our leading scorer at halftime is now Carter Kirk with 6 points.
So he was that player that got 4 points in the last minute and 40 seconds to the final minute.
Right, and I believe, is that...
on the same team as Nagy, so him and Nagy have a combined 10 out of the 12 points for the blue team.
And I believe we're going to see his father in the 4th quarter, Justin Turk, who coaches at Grand Valley. In the 3rd quarter, we're going to have Mr. Gunther's father, who is the head coach at Ursuline. So we'll have a couple of special guests coming up in the second half to kind of talk a little bit of basketball, both at the youth level and the high school level. And we'll see how things are ramping up for those guys as the tournaments are, the girls started this weekend and the boys will start next weekend at the high school level. But let's hit our sponsors. Once again, the presenting sponsor is Great Lakes Growers. Some of the other sponsors include Smack Basketball, the Jogga Knights of Baseball, Coffee Corners Coffee House, Flowers by Emily, the Junior Cavs, Hi-Fi Entertainment, who you can hear in the background, Warren's Spirited Kitchen, Lulu True Holistic Beauty and Wellness, Ohio Varsity, Troy Manufacturing, Vinny's Authentic Italian Eatery, Shetler Office Solutions, OhioBasketball.com, RK Painting, and Lifeline Video Diaries, LLC.
And again, this is a charitable event.
Benjamin William Stewart is the beneficiary of this year's event, although Benjamin unfortunately passed on January 17th, 2018. But the family will receive the benefits from this to help with his funeral expenses. And, you know, unfortunately that doesn't do much for the family in terms of, you know, what it means for their son. But living this event in his memory, and you know, it's great. Like we just mentioned, Skylar and the inspiration that she provided, and hopefully William can do the same for other kids.
Now the second half is underway. There are 2 more 12-minute quarters remaining with running clocks, of course. That's a long shot that just misses from the green team's Cohen Richardson out of Southeast. And now we're slowing things down again. For the purple team, the score once again is 15-12 in favor of the green team here.
That was a quick halftime. I wasn't ready.
Right, that was only a couple of minutes, and I guess as these kids just have such a high motor, they don't need much of a break here. Things are going to be switching up. Everyone on the court thought it was going to be green ball, but it looks as though it will be blue ball here.
We are going to have a special guest come up right now here in the 3rd quarter. Jalen Gunther, the 3rd grade boys third grade boys MVP. Give him a second throw on the headset. Jalen Gunther, how are you today, sir?
Good.
You don't seem like you're out of breath. You're out there playing basketball. You're not even tired. How's it going out there today?
Good.
Good. I see you're driving the lane. You're doing a lot of those things, taking some NBA three-point shots. Talk a little bit about your game. What do you bring to the team?
I just like to take care of the ball and like get my teammates open and sometimes score it when I'm open.
So you were the third grade MVP. How does that make you feel?
Really good.
Yeah. What about it? What does that tell you about your game?
Like, I have pride. I'm really good and just.
Now you play for Big Leaf basketball. Do you play for any other teams?
Yeah, I play AAU. And I play.
Now you come from a basketball family, right?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about your dad. What does he do?
My dad coaches for Ursuline. This is his 15th year.
Is he the boys coach or the girls coach?
Boys head coach. He won 4 district championships in a row, and we're looking forward to getting another one this year.
Yeah, no doubt. So having a dad that coaches high school basketball, how does that help you as a young player?
Having a dad as a coach, it really helps because I have to go to his practices and I see what he does, so I practice that, and then that just makes me really good.
All right. And so you've got about 20 more minutes of basketball today. What are you going to show us in the rest of the game?
Just how I can really, produce the ball and stuff.
All right. Call your shot. How many points are you going to end up with?
17.
17? Oh, you got some work to do. I think you're at about 5 or 6 right now.
7.
7? You're at 7? All right, so you got some work to do. We'll let you get back down there. Thank you for joining us, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Love talking to the little kid. He's got some confidence. He's going to score 10 points here in the next 20 minutes, John. He called this shot.
He had a lot of shots that just missed going in, and he's got that aggressive mindset and the ability to slice through defenders and get close to the basket. I think it's possible.
He can do it. He's got the ability. Now he's just got to get the ball.
He's talking to his coach right now. I think he's going to say, hey, Coach, I'm taking a lot more shots here at the end of the third and the start of the fourth quarter. An exciting young man to watch for sure as the green team gets the ball back. Pass to the corner is a little bit wide and hard for Bates to get in, but he took 2 or 3 steps trying to follow that ball before it traveled out of bounds. Turk passed it in, and now we're seeing a name we haven't heard a lot of yet. That's Strever.
And now we're going to have Jalen Gunther's father, Keith, come up and join us, head coach at Ursuline High School in Youngstown. So we've got Keith Gunther, the head coach at Ursuline High School, joining us. Coach, thanks for being here this morning.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Sure. First off, let's talk about your son. He's showing some skills out there.
Yeah, he's got a lot of ability for his age. The issue is he's around basketball all day, every day, because I'm in the gym all day, every day. So, he does the workouts that we do, the same as the varsity kids, and he's pretty talented at it. And the one thing I'll say is, talent isn't just what he has. He really wants to be good. He works at it. Some mornings he's up. We got a court at my place. He's up by himself working. He watches a lot of the old school players and tries to pick up pointers from them. So he does not works hard at it, but he tries to be a student of the game too, which is really impressed for a third grader. So, hopefully he just keeps working hard, keep progressing, and stays good in the classroom. And hopefully he's my first athlete basketball player. I got 2 daughters. One's a Division I track runner, and one's a Division I softball player. My hopes was for them to be basketball players, so he's my hope that's left to be a basketball player.
Well, he's certainly got the ability as a youngster.
Yeah.
Now you've got 4, he was giving me your resume, 4 district titles, hoping for a 5th one this year.
Right.
When you look at an event like this in a program like Big Leaf Basketball, how important is that to the development of young basketball players?
I think it's an important step in the progress of our youth to get them involved in things like this, just to help them progress progress, but not only just to progress in basketball, but understand the concept of teammanship and sportsmanship. I think if you see a lot of kids that are involved in sports, it usually carries over to life lessons, being together, working hard, being competitive, getting to places on time. I think that's just a big part of becoming a great individual and a good person.
Now, I haven't had a chance to look at your district bracket yet. What's the outlook?
For us, people always look at the people who really know basketball. They understand that we play one of the toughest schedules around. So we don't always go into the district with a great record, but the teams that we've played throughout the season allow us to progress and do well in the tournament. So, our first round is Salem, which is going to be a tough game for us. They're playing well right now, and we're playing well right now. And if we were fortunate enough to get that victory, we would have to play Poland in the district semis. And, hopefully if we can do well like I expect us to, hopefully we can get back to that district final game again. Like my son said, we've been in it 5 years in a row. We've won 4 of them, and hopefully that continues this year.
Outstanding. Well, good luck to you the rest of the way, and congrats on your son. He said he's going to score 17, so he's got some work to do.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do. I told him to quit worrying about scoring, worry about distributing the ball. It's an all-star game. I told him, pass the ball, don't worry about that. Just distribute the ball.
Yeah,
so
he did talk about that as well.
Pass the ball.
He's been coached well. But, Coach, I appreciate your time up here, and good luck the rest of the way for you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thanks. You too. That was Keith Gunther, the head coach of Ursuline High School. His son out here is the MVP of the 3rd grade program in Big Leaf basketball, Jalen Gunther. See him out there, number 5, playing defense right now. Well, John, we're almost done with one game. We got 4 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, and 18-14 is your score.
We've seen the running clock. We've now talked to some of the stars and stars' parents here in this 3rd quarter.
And I believe we've got one more coach coming up in the 4th quarter. I believe it's Justin Turk from Grand Valley. You saw his son out here. He's got 6 points, maybe more by now.
Yeah, with Carter, who is on the blue team right now from Grand Valley, plays point guard. He's the guy wearing the long black Under Armour pants. Now you're looking at Gunther. Gunther has a strong pass that's picked off the hands of his own player. Gunther gets tripped up, but green team recovers. That's Sokol dribbling into the key, passes it back out to Gunther. He spins around his defender, drives to lane, off the glass and in. There's 2 of the 10 more he needed. The score is now 20-16 in favor of the green team. This has been a runny game. We've seen the green team go up by as many as 4, which they are up by right now, but the purple team's led by 4 or 5 as well.
Not sure how they got to 16. It was 15, but I'll stick with what they've got on the scoreboard.
I believe it was a 1-and-1 on the free throws just a moment or so ago. There's 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Gunther gets the steal. We've seen his speed already. He's running quickly past purple defenders, passes it sidearm, but the shot's a little bit long. Foul is called, and it should be from the baseline. I don't believe it was in the act of shooting.
Nearing that 2-minute mark here of the 3rd quarter.
A long shot off the glass is a little bit long for Cohen Richardson.
You're not seeing as much aggressiveness on the glass now on those rebounds. On that one, you saw a lot of guys just standing around, and that one there, you had a little bit fight for the ball, but that first one.
I think you're starting to see a little bit of a fatigue here from these younger players, especially on the green team where there are only 8 players compared to the purple where there were 9 or 10 of them that showed up.
Yeah, well, when you play in a youth basketball game, you're usually playing somewhere around an 8-minute quarter. Here you're playing 12-minute quarters. So by the time you're into the 3rd quarter, you've played 2 games already.
Shots up and just long, and Gunther is one guy who has not slowed down at all. He's bouncing around from one side of the court to the other, whether it's offensively or defensively. And even though you're not getting rewarded with, say, points on the stat sheet, it's important to keep that activeness on the defensive end of the court because oftentimes, as you see even at the high school level, that defensive activeness leads to offensive points. Lycan staying active. He bounces it off the backboard and over the hoop. Gunther calling for the ball. He's going to try and run it down. What a pass across the court. It's not able to get reeled in, though, from Bruce Nelson out of Southeast. There's 45 seconds remaining here in this third quarter now.
Under a minute.
And Blues bringing it back up. Gunther, active hands on defense, and that forced a double dribble out of Mickey Strickland. I'm sure he's not smothered by those active hands very often here at this level.
Yeah, but in this game where everybody's good, you're going to see that.
Gunther splits the defense, goes wide, and his shot is just short. He's doing everything but finishing, although he has a lot of points here. He's at 8 or 10 already. He's doing everything correct to get there. You're thinking a year, maybe 2 years, and he'll be dropping 20 a game.
He'll get that touch around the rim.
It's incredible.
He's got some of the hard stuff down already. The ball handling, the ability to change direction and leave his feet.
That's the end of the third quarter here. 20-16 is the score. And like you said, he's got the hard stuff down. At this point, the shooting aspect may be the easy stuff for him to perfect as he ages.
Right, that just comes with physical maturity. Once you get a little bit more strength and you develop the touch around the rim, he's there. He's got that stuff. You know, the hard part is getting to the hoop. He's beating his man off the dribble. So, yeah, he's got a bright future ahead of him. Obviously, he's not going to stop working, not when his dad's a high school basketball coach. He's definitely going to continue to develop his skills.
And I don't think this will be the case of, man, he made the team because he's the coach's son, because he is one of the most athletic young third graders I've seen. It's been exciting thus far here. We have 12 minutes remaining on this running clock formatted game. 20-16 is the score. There's been a lot of scoring, but in my opinion, the defense has been what's truly been exciting from these younger players.
Right. Looking at last year, we had, I think, a little bit higher of a score, but we're seeing a lot of blocks and deflections, and hands are getting up, so you're seeing a little bit more defense.
These guys might be able to be defensive coordinators, so to speak, for the Cleveland Cavaliers and some NBA teams that don't show as much fight on the perimeter as these guys have.
Yeah, and at this level, I think coaches are I think it's necessary for them to preach defense, because the shot isn't going to be there because you don't have the physical maturity yet. You can hit those layups and things like that, but defense is where you're going to win some ball games, and you know, kids need to learn defense first, because that's what generates the offense.
And there's Turk. We'll have an interview with his father coming up in just a couple of moments. He had a big steal right there.
Okay, and here we are entering in the early parts of the fourth quarter. Joining us now is Grand Valley head coach Justin Turk, whose son Carter Turk, right? Did I get that right? Carter Turk. He had 6 points at halftime. But Coach, thanks for joining us. First off, let's talk about your son. What's it like as a dad? You're out here coaching high school basketball, and now you get a few moments to get out here and watch your son. What's that like?
Yeah, it's actually nice to be over here every once in a while than out there, because I try to coach him as much as I can at the third grade level too. So it's always nice being able to step back every once in a while.
Just to kind of watch. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Talk about his game. What does he bring to the table as a player?
He's an attitude and effort guy, which is what we try to teach at the high school level. Smart kid, usually knows the game, been around it for a lot of years. So his biggest thing, he likes working with all the other extra kids in his class and stuff.
Yeah, well, we saw that effort late in that second half there. We scored 4 points back-to-back. He got a rebound, came down to the other end, scored. So, yeah, that effort pays off, and that rubs off on the other kids. When they see somebody else having success by doing what your son's doing, making plays like that, hopefully they all follow suit and do the same thing. Let's shift gears and talk Grand Valley. I believe you guys are the number 7 seed there in
that's
the
correct,
is that the Warren district?
Yes, that's correct.
And you've got Liberty in the first round. Yeah, give us a little breakdown.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We think we got an opportunity there. Liberty's going to be coming to our place, so we think that helps out a little bit. And if you know or don't know, we're coming off a tough loss here at Cardinal.
Three-pointer at the buzzer.
Three-pointer at the buzzer. Good game, though, good tournament game, atmosphere type. So we feel good. We're led by a couple upperclassmen that usually do most of the work for us. Optimistic, though. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, you hate to lose a game, especially in that fashion. But on the flip side, as a coach, you almost look at that game as a, hey, that's what we need to get us going into the postseason with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And try to limit the turnovers that we have in the last minute and a half of that game. So that's what we'll be working on all week in practice, making sure we know how to win games, close them out.
Talk about Grand Valley. What's the strength? What do you guys bring, and what are you going to lean on in the postseason?
Yeah, we're pretty physical. We're long and athletic, physical. We're not actually great from outside. We do have a young kid coming on. We start usually at 2 10th graders, so we got a little mix of youth and elder statesman, Jude Cunningham. He's been a workhorse for us the last couple years. Our high scorer, gets the ball to the hoop. And then a kid named Michael McGovern, who played quarterback on a football team. He's usually he's probably playing out of position for us. He's playing point guard, but he leads us and does everything for us.
You need a guy like that.
Yeah.
Just to do all the dirty work and somebody to count on. But all right, Coach. Well, I appreciate you coming up here, and I think you got a regular season game left, right?
Yes,
Before you
one more on Friday.
Right,
Yeah.
and then you hit that postseason. So good luck closing out the regular season, and then obviously I hope you get a good start in the postseason.
Thank you. Thanks for
joining
having us.
All right, so back to action. We are now tied 20-20 with 7:51 left in the game. So we had a little bit of a flurry of activity from the blue team to tie that score here in the fourth quarter.
And as you mentioned it, Carter Turk is at the line, and he gives the blue team a lead with under 8 minutes remaining now here in this entire game.
That's their first lead since somewhere in the second quarter.
I think it was about midway through that second quarter. Turk misses the second one. A lot of activity there. It looked like Likens got a bump on it, but then it went ultimately off of Bruce Nelson's hands from Likens' activity. Turk drives into the lane. He isn't able to get enough power off it, but a foul is called. He has more free throws made in this game than anyone else, and now he's going to have the opportunity for 2 more with 7 minutes remaining. Remember, that clock is continuing to run down even though he's at the charity stripe.
And here's where you win games. You've got the last couple minutes of a contest. You're in a tight ball game. Free throws make the difference.
And this is very close to what you'll see even at the high school level. You've got a 1-point lead. You're down towards the end of the game. You're going to get to the line more often. And he made one, got the shooter's bounce on the first, couldn't get the luck on the second. So he splits 2 for 4 on that journey. The score 22-20 now with 6:30 remaining.
And at this level, 50% at the free throw line, coaches will take that all day.
Driving into the lane and just bouncing that ball out, I believe that was Devin Bates. Now Turk, again, just throws up a prayer on that one. I think he thought he was a little bit closer than he actually was. There's Cardinal. Cardinal throws it up, and now he'll get an opportunity at the line.
Let's see if Sports Center can make a highlight.
It could be a very big highlight for his team, too. Now we're under the 6-minute mark.
Yeah, they're trailing by 2. He needs both free throws to tie it up. And ironically, he wears jersey number 2.
Throws it up and just misses it. Looks like that shot's a little long for him still. I think I remember when I was younger, they used the volleyball court line as our free throw line. But again, this is an all-star tournament, so maybe they're backing it up and making it the regulation high school.
Well, I can tell you, as a wrestler in high school, I'd still need to use the volleyball line.
Although a layup always helps, right?
It sure does.
Shot goes up, and it's rolling around and goes in. He has the fist pump. He knows what that means. 21-22 with 5 minutes and 8 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
That was a bit of a highlight in itself, just rolling around the rim there. What do they call that, around the world?
Right. That's Strever with the ball. He spins around his defender, shoots it up from the free throw line. The hop is a little too strong before a green rebound.
Oh, the baseball
Gunther
pass.
searching for it. Gunther and Turk were fighting for it. It looked like it went off Turk. So it is blue ball. Maybe it went off of Gunther. Turk looked like he was the last one with a legitimate chance at it. Now he'll bring it up with 4:30 remaining and a 1-point lead. It comes off his pair of free throws just moments ago. He drives in, tries to throw it off the glass, but that shot's long. Rebounded, now he's from about 10 feet out, and that shot misses to the right, even though it was the front of the rim.
Does it surprise you that the leading scorers on each team are coaches' sons?
To me, at this level, it doesn't, because it's a lot about the experience you can get. I imagine these kids are going to practices occasionally and shooting around, even though they aren't playing, so to speak, with the players. They're still seeing those guys and learning from their examples.
Right. They just always have a ball in their hands.
And I'm sure they're playing a lot in the backyard as well. Turk gets the rebound. He's going to throw it long and over to number 5, who swishes it. That's Jaden Miller. His favorite player is Channing Frye, who just left the Cavaliers. Maybe he'll find something in Nance or one of the new players like Hill. Gunther will not get the continuation on that foul. He took 2 steps before taking the shot and laying it in off the backboard, so it'll be an inbound pass. An open layup ends up giving the green team 2 points, though. That opportunity means a lot.
So we've got a ball game here, 3:15 left. The blue team holding a 1-point advantage.
That was Bruce Nelson who made that last basket. It's going to stay blue ball, although it looked like it was getting kicked around by everyone on the court for a moment. Oh, a ball hawk attempt there. Devin Bates is playing basketball, but his favorite sports are baseball and football. He looked like he was playing strong safety. Turk gets it stolen by Gunther. Gunther keeping his eyes up. He's dribbling in and takes a long shot from beyond the free throw line. Nothing but net. Steph Curry would be proud.
And there's the lead for the green squad again. They're back on top. 2:25 left in the game. And if I'm the blue squad, I'm looking for Turk.
Turk's calling for the ball outside the arc. They're calling that on the floor a reach-in foul. Blue will get the ball with a chance to inbound. Turk pump fakes over Gunther, gets around him, puts the ball up off the glass, and one, ladies and gentlemen. He gets his team the lead and a chance to expand it to a 2-point lead.
Yeah, blue up by 1. If Turk makes this free throw, it'll push the lead to 2 with 1:50 left right now.
And remember, this is important too with the lead. The clock is still bleeding out, and he makes it. That's a 2-point lead, which in this game is as good as a possession. Gunther's bringing it up, and you know he wants to take the shot here. He drives in, forces contact, but that is indeed what happened. He forced the contact. That will not be a foul.
So now you're in crunch time here. You're at 1:25. A basket by the blue squad might just seal this victory.
Turk's not bringing up the ball, but an over and back gives Gunther an opportunity here. Man, this is quite the climax to end this game.
We are down to 1 minute even. 27-25, the blue squad in the lead. The green has possession.
And Green gets a roll-in with the foul. Incredible. 50 seconds remaining. We have a tie game and an opportunity at the line for none other than Devin Bates, who's been loud in these last couple of moments.
And the clock did stop as we're under that 2-minute time limit of the last quarter, so the clock will stop. 48 seconds left.
Bates may not have been alive when Michael Jordan was playing, but he's his favorite player, and he emulated his clutch athleticism there. There's 46 seconds remaining. It is blue ball. Turk has the ball. It's a tie game. He's guarded by Gunther. He passes it to what looked like no one, but Nagy caught up with it. There in the corner, there's going to be a foul on the floor. Blue ball with 32.4 remaining. The gym's getting much more crowded as all the 4th graders are now coming in. This is a chance for the 3rd graders to show them who's who out of these younger players. Turk gets the pass in the middle and it rims out.
It was a heck of a pass by Turk, and he almost chased down that rebound.
25 seconds remaining, and the green team cannot get possession here in these last 45 seconds. They're just giving the blue team more and more opportunities. Turk's rushing in. He's at the block. The ball is beyond the arc. Shot is up and long. Rebound goes Green's way. There's 18 seconds remaining, and now laying on the ground is Bates. He knows that he messed up trying to ball handle and run too quickly up the court. In football, you say he was running before he caught the ball.
Yeah, he just got to let the ball get away from him a little bit.
Turk has the ball with 10 seconds remaining. He shoots it up just long. Green rebound. No, Turk gets the rebound. 5 seconds remaining. Passes it around. Shot is missed. 1 second remaining. A prayer at the buzzer. And we have a tie. There is an overtime game here to begin the Big Leaf Basketball President's Day Showcase.
We will play a 2-minute overtime period.
I don't think we had an overtime at all last year.
No.
Like we said, around the third quarter. This game's been runny. We've had leads from both teams. We've had big leads. I think there was a 6-point lead for the blue team at one point. But with this grade of defense, which ultimately leads to offense in transition and easy shots, you never know what might happen, and that's what we have here, 27-27 heading into overtime.
And it looks like they put 1 minute on the clock.
They're trying to hustle to get these other players coming in.
And while we got a moment, let's hit our sponsors again. The Great Lakes Growers is your presenting sponsor. We've also got Smack Basketball, the Jogging Knights of Baseball, Coffee Corners Coffee House, Flowers by Emily, Junior Cavs, Hi-Fi Entertainment, Warren's Spirited Kitchen, Lulu True Holistic Beauty and Wellness, Ohio Varsity, Troy Manufacturing, Vinny's Authentic Italian Eatery, Shetler Office Solutions, OhioBasketball.com, RK Painting, and Lifetime Video Diaries, LLC.
We have 1 minute remaining, and it's going to be in an overtime period, so we'll have another tip-off.
With a tip.
Likens won the tip-off in the first quarter. He'll be facing off against Richardson, who wins it this time, but there's a tie-up. I believe that's Turk on the ground who ended up getting that dunk. Yeah, he did.
Of course it's Turk. Green wins the tip, but Turk was there to tie it up, so we've got another jump ball.
And purple wins this time. Ball's around the outside to Nagy. Nagy with the stutter step, puts it up. It goes off the side of the backboard. You don't see that too often.
Nope. And we got a jump ball, possession to the Green squad. So Green, with 40 seconds left, has a chance to possibly win this game in overtime.
And they finally get an opportunity with the ball. They didn't really have much of an opportunity with a minute remaining in that fourth quarter. Gunther's driving. He's taking it all the way. Bounces just long. Now there's 27 seconds remaining, and Gunther is swarming Turk.
And unfortunately, they are not allowed to play that kind of defense here.
No full court presses here in third grade. You try and give them a free half. Timeout will be called. There's 24.7 seconds remaining. We're here tied at 27 in overtime still. That's Cohen Richardson bringing the ball up. Or excuse me, that's Mickey Strickland.
We've got a jump ball with 13.8 seconds left.
Who will play hero here? Because it looks as though the next team to score, regardless of how long it takes, will be the team that wins.
Oh, looked like we had a jump ball, but they didn't call it.
8 seconds left, a spin on the block. The ball goes up and over. Now Gunther has the ball. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, a heave. Oh, he just missed it. And there are Green team players on the ground. They thought they had the game.
From nearly half court, and he gets it off the rim. That's pretty good for a third grader.
Again, his favorite player is Steph Curry, and he has been emulating him so much here in this ball game.
So we're going to go to a second overtime period.
We're now doubling the opportunities of overtime that we saw last year. And again, this is only the first third grade game.
They should just have a free throw shooting contest. Line 5 guys up, just like they do in soccer.
Whoever makes the most ends up getting the W. And we've seen Turk make a couple. We saw Bates make one. I think Gunther's made 1 or 2.
Cardinal made one.
We've seen a number of guys with the ability to make the free throw. It looks like Turk's going to take the jump ball this time. And for the Green team, it'll be Richardson again.
Once again, 1 minute on the clock.
We're still tied at 27.
I think they might have just said we've got a golden goal situation here. Next score wins. So no clock.
Just next basket wins.
So every possession matters. Look at the
Being
defense.
swarmed by 3 players. It's man-to-man defense here in 3rd grade, but it looks a lot like a trap zone. That's why floor spacing is so critical at higher levels. That's Turk with the ball. He gets 2 screens to get around to the other wing. Passes it to the inside. Shot is up, and it doesn't go in, but an offensive rebound. There are 4 green guys just swarming the offensive rebound from Mickey Strickland. It will be blue ball. Passes to the outside.
You also saw a situation there why it's key to box out when you're on the defensive end, because you just gave that offense another opportunity to win this game.
And Likens gets blocked, but a foul is called.
On the floor.
Now going to the line is Casey Likens. He had the first 2 points in this game, and he has the opportunity to get the last point of this game. 2 free chances to be the hero. First shot is up, and he misses. This could be a storm the court opportunity for the 3rd graders. Shot is up, and he misses. Rebound goes Green's way. Gunther has it. He pushes it up the court, and Cardinal is blocked by Turk. He looked like Dwight Howard turning that ball away.
Wow, Superman.
Again, defense leads to offense a lot of times. We'll see what happens here. Likens picks it off. Gunther now steals it back, and he's trying to get around Likens. He does. Gunther takes a power hop. The backwards shot does not go, but now he's got a shot from 12 feet deep that just rims out. Offensive rebound, Green. Shot up, misses again. Jump ball should be the call here.
Wow. That was awesome.
Green gets the ball after a couple of offensive rebounds. That's a foul on Likens, getting too aggressive. Was Richardson in the action?
They called it on the floor.
He was not in the action. Now Richardson.
It was the pump fake.
And he got him to jump off of it. Passes it to the block, shots up. Gunther got to the floor. He's trying to get rid of it. He's calling timeout. That is a timeout on the floor? No, they're saying jump ball.
Jump ball, green ball. But you got to love the court awareness. He knew to call timeout. You heard him shout it from the floor.
Now he's got it. Spots his dribble up. Now it's back to Gunther. You can tell they want the ball in Gunther's hands. He takes a 3 and
just
misses
off the
it.
mark.
As a coach, he might like a better shot, but we haven't seen anything else going. Why not try it? That's a clean strip on Turk, and Gunther has it once again. That's Cardinal all the way up the court. He has room.
Can he get the game winner?
And he does not, but he gets his own rebound, shots up, and just misses short. Gunther gets the long rebound. Purple jerseys are all over the floor. Gunther driving into the lane gets fouled.
Wow.
What a game this has turned out to be.
Wait, that's number 8. Shouldn't he be shooting a 1-and-1?
Pass to the outside, and he stepped on the line. It's blue ball.
Oh, no.
They're calling substitutions. This has gone on long enough here without any substitutions, as Ive the Tiger is playing in the background in Cardinal High School's gym.
This game may never end. We are already 10 minutes beyond the start of the second game, and we haven't even had warm-ups yet.
Now Turk has the ball, and he has a long-lasting screen. They're saying ball will stay with the blue team. That was Nagy on the screen, just trying to give the best shooter on his team an opportunity at the basket. Passes right to a green player, stolen by Bruce Nelson. Gunther's calling for it. He's going to slow it down. Turk's playing defense. Gunther driving into the lane. Shot is up and rolls just deep.
Couldn't get it to spin in.
You look like Kyrie Irving spinning the ball off a backboard. The ball is picked up and picked off. The chance to play hero goes to Bates, and he does. Bates gets it to go in. Everyone's jumping up and down and hugging each other near the center of the court. The final score, 29-27, after what seemed like an eternity in golden goal time for both of these teams, playing excellent defense, but ultimately getting a shot to go in was David Bates from James A. Garfield. He's 4'6". His favorite player, Michael Jordan, he gets a clutch shot himself to go in.
Bates with the game winner. What a way to spend your day off from school. Now he gets to go to school on Tuesday and brag that he hit the game-winning shot in the 2018 Big Leaf Basketball Elementary Showcase presented by Great Lakes Growers.
And what's funny about it is all the fourth graders saw it. You know they know who David Bates is now.
Exactly. Outstanding game. What a way to start off this elementary showcase here at Cardinal High School. Justin Turk picking up some hardware for the Blue Squad.
And he'll get a picture there at center court on the Huskies logo.
He'll play in this gym several times in his Grand Valley High School career.
And you know he'll have a high school career based off of how he played today.
Outstanding game, and we're about to tune out of this one so that we can get our, what's the next one? Fourth
Should
grade?
be the fourth grade boys.
Yeah, so we're going to tune out of this one. We'll get ready for the fourth grade boys. So if you want to watch that one, just stay tuned in to BigLeafBasketball.com, and we'll be back in just a few minutes as this fourth grade game gets ready to begin. So for OhioVarsity.com, I'm Steve Hare. I'm with John Kosis. We appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully you'll stick with us for the fourth grade game.